welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about some more products by Better Boat, and so far, I am really impressed. Hey, if you enjoyed these videos, make sure you smash that like button. Comment below, that way I can drive more content for you as well. And consider subscribing, it truly does help out my channel. So, to start off with, I did do a time lapse of me coming home. I went out for 13 hours on the water, salt water. I came home, it was too late to flush the engines. I did not want to disturb the neighbors, so the boat sat overnight. I got up in the morning, flushed the engines, and did a rinse and wash with Better Boat's DSalt. So the boat DSalt. Now, I have used the other competitive products. I have mentioned them before, but I want to say that the formula this one's using, and I don't know the chemistry behind it, for some reason works so much better than the other two did. This one, the engines didn't seem to struggle when it was cleaning through them. It also didn't have any issues with like leaving heavy soapy residues in the exhaust. I also decided to use this to do the boat wash, and usually I use boat soap, but you can also use this in between your washes as a salt barrier and a cleanser for the salt spots that have been on your boat, especially in a situation like mine where I got home too late. The salt spots had been sitting overnight, and this, I mean, cleaned it up so well. You can see behind me, I didn't even do any kind of detailing to this boat. And we're gonna take a closer look at that in a minute, but I didn't even do any detailing other than the foam cannon spray down with the salt, with the boat DSalt. Gave it a scrub with their medium bristle brush and their extension pole, and then rinsed it down and dried it off with a towel, and it came out phenomenal. I literally barely put any effort into it. So starting off, I'm gonna highly recommend this over the other DSalt type cleansers for the engines and for the boat itself. Again, the chemistry, I don't know what the difference is. I noticed that they do have a couple of similar ingredients and then some are not. Again, everybody's chemical process is proprietary and their own. I enjoy this one. It doesn't seem to be as aggressive. I don't know if that has anything to do with the prolonged coating of it, but it seemed to work very well. And if I notice anything in the future, I'll make sure to update this video or pin a comment to the top here. Next, let's talk about the brush. So this brush, I love it. It comes with this, rubbery guard around the outside of the plastic head. Both are non-marking. So I was able to scrub this boat very easily inside and out. And when it did bump into things, the rubber guard kept it from, causing any kind of damage to anything when you start to go pretty quick. And if you hit something kind of hard, this is more of a shock absorbing thing. And then this plastic head itself is non-marking. So even if you do nick the head on anything, you're not gonna mark your boat up and have any issues there. This is good for hard surfaces, semi-hard surfaces, and like your marine mat / sea deck. But if you go to the hard bristle, that's gonna be more for like really hard surfaces, fiberglass only, wood, teak, those kind of materials that where marine mat could get scratched up or, you start to wear it out with it. The brush is the nice fit for an all-around scrubbing brush. I also have a soft brush that I use for delicate spots, like if I'm gonna do a quick scrub around instruments, or if I'm gonna try to get in crevices that I want to be able to get into where it needs a little more flexibility, I use my soft brush. But overall, if you're gonna use a brush for your boat, your Yamaha, your non-wood floored boat, your fiberglass boats with marine mats and stuff like that, I highly recommend the brush. This thing worked great. I also used it on my soft top, which is black. It has a dye in it. It's been, it's coming up on 2 years. Over a year and a half now I've owned this boat, and it sits outside in direct sunlight all day. So when I did scrub it, it started to get a black dye film on it, but I easily washed it out. It didn't absorb the black dye. So I wasn't worried about smearing that black dye anywhere else on the boat. It just rinsed right out. And honestly, it performed great. It performed better than the other brush I have from a different company. And then lastly, what I'm going to talk about is this boat extension pole. Now, the cool part about this boat extension pole is that it has a universal fit. So unlike my other pole, okay, it has a hook end that's permanently attached to it with a plastic threaded piece on the end with a cap over it that you can hook a brush up to. The problem is it's not very strong for an attachment point. I've already broken one, getting going, hitting something, and snapping the threads off of it because it is a plastic. This has a galvanized top to it that the attachments they make thread right onto. And again, this is all marine grade and not anti-corrosion. So I'm able to switch out their boat hook. I'm able to switch out their heads for their brushes, whichever one I want. And it all just works great. It's sturdy, it's strong. This is riveted to the top of this, so you know it's not going anywhere. It's not some flimsy screw or some weak attachment point. It's strong, like really strong. And then another thing I love about it is that, like my pool, if you own a pool, you'll know that you have poles to use your adapters for your pool in. Well, they have these same type of locking systems here, right? So you can just turn that, lock it down, and it ain't going anywhere. Whereas on the other boat poles, they're just the twist and lock. And if you're using a brush or something like that, and you twist a little bit in your hand, it unlocks it, and then you push the pole back inside, and it's a pain in the butt. So I really like that they went with this style. And also, this one is extremely long. The other pole I have only has one extension on it. This one has two, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's about over 9 feet tall. So when you're at the docks and you've got to get a mooring line over a pole, or you need to grab the dock if you're soloing it, you don't have to get in real close. Like you have, with your arm, you have over a 10-foot span of being able to reach whatever you need to reach, picking stuff out of the water, docking, cleaning, whatever it is. And then it also comes all the way back down to about, I would say, 4 feet. So, yeah, about 4 feet. So that is another great option. Another option that they added to this are these foam grips. Now this came in handy with the brush for sure, because with my other one, without the grips on it, your hands get soapy and wet and you start scrubbing and it's just sliding all through your hands and rotating. Whereas this one, I could sit there and scrub and I didn't have to worry about it, slipping around or anything like that. And they're nice, soft foam, comfortable. They have inlay finger grips in them, so it fits the hand perfectly. And it also has the same rubber handle that you're gonna have on the other boat pole. So you got the regular standard feature of this rubber handle, the aluminum construction grade, and the ability to add attachments to it, but it goes one step further, okay? You got the good locking system, all right? You've got the strong riveted threaded head to it, to where you're able to put multiple things on there in multiple circumstances and still have strength and durability no matter what it is. Whether it's the boat hook or the cleaning heads for the brushes, you're not gonna have an issue with it. So I'm not gonna lie. They sent me this stuff to review for them, and I didn't have to pay for it. But after using it, so far I haven't found a product that they're using that I don't like. Ratchet straps are still doing great. They sat after being dipped in salt water for nearly 24 hours, and they don't have a speck of rust or spotting on them at all. So this is the Better Boat DSalt, the Better Boat medium stiffness brush head, and the Better Boat bolt pull, extension pull. So go check these out. They are an American-based company, family-owned, small family-owned company. They are extremely nice to work with, and I have not, like I said, had an issue with any quality so far. If I do in the future, I am gonna do an update just like I did on my old boat straps and let you know, hey, after this amount of time, this product started to fail. But so far, I feel like I'm not gonna have any issues with any of their products. Well, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, give me some comments what you think and what do you want to see next. I also am going to put links in the description to all these products, so make sure that you check that out. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button so you can get all the latest videos that come out and you get those notifications when you click that bell. This is the FSH dude. I'll catch you guys on the water.